Can I be honest with you? In this save game, every season I feel like we've achieved something towards our goal of earning miles or progressing our career and kind of just, well, achieving something. We are currently not doing that this year, and if we don't win today's games, I don't think we're going to achieve that this year. Today it is rich versus poor. Paykan down in 5th. They are owned by a tycoon, and after that the small matter of the team currently top of the league in Zob Ahan, also owned by a tycoon, and running away with the league. Yeah, I don't know why I've decided these are the games to do in today's episode. It's probably all going to go wrong. Yes, folks, how is it going? And a warm welcome back. We are still here at Esteghlal, and as you've perhaps gathered, I don't really know how to feel this season. I mean, ultimately, the board are delighted. They've given me an A+, and whilst I'm failing some stuff, like growing the club's reputation and repairing the financial damage, it's almost as if they're impossible tasks, isn't it? Given the fact the board have still got absolute confidence in me, apparently my job security is untouchable. And yet, I can't lie, when I look at the league table, I'm kind of at a bit of a loss. I mean, look, we're down in 7th. A win today in the first game, we could climb up to 5th, and suddenly, we'd only be 3 points off the Champions League spots. That is definitely what we've got to achieve today. The Zob Ahan game, which is going to be the second match today, I'm just really not expecting anything in. Now, it is worth noting the transfer window is open. I'm over the wage budget. I've got no transfer budget. I've not really got any assets left to sell, in all honesty. So there's been no signings and no sales since you were last here. I really feel like my hands are tied. And I'll level with you, I have been kind of keeping half an eye open on jobs. Really, I feel like a job in Iran would be a good spot right now. I want Zob Ahan or Paykan to maybe change their manager. Tractor did have a manager change recently. I did apply for the job. They didn't even give me an interview, and I was a little bit offended. Now, since you were last here, where of course we lost back-to-back games, it's been a mixed bag. Granted, we've only actually played 5 matches since last time, and 3 of them were wins. I thought we'd maybe solved our problems. We won against Kia, who are bottom of the league, which was great. And then against Nasaj, who of course we lost to in the cup, we managed to beat in the league. I felt like when we lost to them in the cup, we were perhaps unlucky. In this game, we were the better team. We deserved what we got. And following on from that, we took on Tractor, who of course we did in a commentary back at the start of the year. We beat them in dramatic fashion then. We repeated history in this game here. 2 goals in the last 10 minutes. The last goal came at the death. It was a crazy, crazy comeback. Mark inspired it with that initial equaliser. And this is actually the only game the new Tractor manager has lost. And you can perhaps imagine having won 3 on the bounce and having won this game with that Mark pass there, which was stupendous. I really thought we were going to kick on, and this was like the start of the second half of the season where everything was going to come together. Spoilers, that's not what's happened. Against Foolad, we did not create anything. In fact, you could say they made us look like a foolish lad. It's not even a good joke, is it? And then after that, for a second game in a row, we were shut out. I will say the stats of this game perhaps flatter Sefahan slightly, but we lost 3-0. A sending off in the last 10 minutes was not good. It does mean that Mokhtari, our left back, is not available for today's game. And you might remember back at the start of the year, I talked about how I don't really have defensive depth. And I suppose that is exemplified by the fact that Wellington Paulo, a Brazilian who came through the youth intake here in Iran a number of years ago, is going to make only his second appearance of the season in perhaps the biggest game of the season so far. It is rough. It is tricky. On the one hand, I kind of want to stick it out here with Esteghlal, but the reality is if I don't push for Champions League football this year, I'm not going to end the season having achieved anything. And there is almost going to be this feeling of what is actually attainable next season and in the immediate future if I stay here, because I feel like I'm really battling and punching above my weight already. The board, obviously confidence suggests that. I can't just stay here and build up this team. That is not the point in the save game. At the same point, I don't really want to just quit either. If we get Champions League football, I'll have like a new vigour. On the flip side, if kind of things end how I suspect they might and we're planted in mid-table, there's going to be difficult conversations to be had at the end of the season. And of course, there's only 11 games left of the season, including the 2 games that we've got today. So the reality is, next episode could be that end of the season discussion. But anyway, you know what? Let's jump into this game first and foremost. We're actually the last set of teams to play their 19th games of the season. So both teams have a game in hand. If we win this, we are going to go ahead of Paykan. If we lose this, they will go 5 points clear of us in 5th. And that starts to feel like a gap that's going to be very hard to close down. Now, in terms of team news, as I already mentioned, Wellington Paulo is being thrown in the deep end here. Elsewhere, we've not scored in the last few games, and Hani is coming back from a little knock he suffered last game. So I'm going to bring in Yaramadi, who, well, you might remember, he got that goal against Straktor at the start of the year. That is the only goal he's got so far in 7 appearances. I have given him 4 starts. I've really tried to get his season going, and it just hasn't worked out for him. Now, in terms of the rest of the team, I'm going to be honest, I've got big issues at centre-back. If I had money to spend and there was actually stuff I could do in the transfer window, a centre-back would be the absolute priority. There is part of me that feels like, at this point, that I've just got to play Karga more. And, well, I would love to play him in this game, to be honest, just to offer us a bit of pace at centre-back, but he himself is coming back from a little injury. We've had a couple of these adding up lately. I really wanted to bring in Karga sooner, and right as I was kind of coming around to the idea of playing him, he got injured, so Garibi and Musavi have had to play at centre-back, and I'm going to be honest, these guys, they just annoy me as a duo. I feel like the 9 speed and 7 speed for each of them at centre-back is great, and whilst, you know what, you look at the 12 aerial and you think that's quite good, the issue I've got is they've both got great jumping reach, but their actual ability to head the ball away from danger is just non-existent, and performance-wise, I think it shows that perhaps they are the issue in the team. Their ratings really have not been good enough. I guess the frustration comes from the fact that the 4th choice centre-back I have is Ashuri here, who just has the exact same problem. Great in the air, cannot run. And then, of course, in the reserves, I actually loaned out a load of centre-backs this year, and I kind of wish I could recall them and play them now. I mean, when you look at the wages that we're actually saving by loaning them out, you realise we're saving £3,000 a week. This was kind of a bed that I've made for myself, and I've basically just got to embrace it. And whilst it's definitely costing us in matches this year, I'm just trying to remind myself we are still overperforming. Anyway, Yaramadi spearheading the attack today. Maybe he likes to do it in front of the cameras. Let's give him a game here from the start. We've lacked goals in the last few. Paykan are a good team defensively. They are up in 5th for a reason. Of course, their budget is infinitely bigger than ours with their big old tycoon owner. In a kind of ideal scenario, they sack their manager. Maybe I moved them in the off-season. I quite like it here in Iran. It's quite a fun league and a different league to manage in. But I realise that to do anything really here with Estiglal, it's going to be bloody difficult. Part of me does just want to think that a draw here would be nice to stop the rot of 2 games in a row without scoring and without winning. But equally, a draw's probably not good enough for us here. If we draw this game, we're going to be left in the dust. We don't close the gap on Paykan, which we have to do because they are also in the kind of contention for the Champions League spots. It is still tight above us, and once we get these next 2 games out the way, hopefully there will be a run of slightly easier games for us. But ultimately, we need to start causing some upsets like we did at the start of the year, and I'm going to hope it can happen here, because we're still playing our brand of football. We still knock it around with a swagger and confidence, and it's really fun football to watch. It's just not always the most dynamic, although Abassi bursts through, and everything was dynamic but the finish. I mean, look, we're half an hour into this game. There's not been a great deal of opportunities. They are playing a 4-4-2, which I actually think we match up kind of nicely against. Set pieces, though, have been, well, somewhat of an issue for us, and they have got one here. Musavi wins the initial header, but there's the issue. He can jump and win the header. He doesn't direct it. And then, well, Salania there scores an absolute banger. At the start of the season, I really thought we could just get away with our centre-backs having good jumping reach. They just can't head it further enough away for it to eliminate the pressure. That is a mad finish. Amala in goal, I actually feel sorry for, because his ratings aren't good this year, but I feel like he's had a fair few bangers scored against him, and the centre-backs just aren't helping out. Half-time in this game, I mean, look at the stats. There's not been anything in this game. If there's a concern to be had, it's the fact we've not actually had as much of the ball as I would normally like to see us have in this game. With that in mind, I am going to change things up a little bit. In terms of how we set up, we're going to go to a higher defensive line. You might have noticed I do play with a lower line because of how slow our defence are. Going to try and prevent the short goalkeeper distribution here. One issue that we've got is with a lone striker trying to press with 2 wider players against a back 4, there is always going to be at least 1 defender free. So you know what? In the second half, I'm actually going to change something up. I'm going to bring Sultani forward and play him as a centre mid on attack. The rationale being here, as the centre attacking mid, he will just look to press the other centre back on occasion, maybe cut the passing lanes between the back 2 centre backs and their 2-man midfield. I will then, I think, move Niamsi across just to kind of better balance things out. They're not playing with a centre attacking mid. I don't think I need the defensive mid to be in the middle. In possession, I'm going to get rid of the work the ball into the box instruction, get rid of run at defence, and actually switch to pass into space. There is going to be some gaps to operate in with them playing a 4-4-2. I am weighing up if I want to change personnel here. I think for now I'm going to keep it as it is. I've done a team talk. The players reacted well. I feel like the tactical changes I'm making here kind of make sense. Let's just hope they come into fruition. And well, instantly, we've got a set piece. This would make me look like a genius, wouldn't it? Soltani made me look like an incredibly smart man. The ball is not dealt with. More to Xavi. Azizi, it's deflected in off Yaramadi. He's offside. He's off. I've seen the flag raised on the far side. I don't think he actually shot there. I think it just hit him. But we've shown a sign of life. And you know what? Maybe we're going to show a bit more in this next highlight. Wellington Paulo, so far, touch wood, he's not done anything wrong at left back, the young Brazilian that we've thrown in at the deep end. Not played many games for us. Maybe we're about to see a fan favourite be born. Mark, on the overlap as that fullback on attack, looks to get past his man. Mortazavi mops up the loose ball and is now bringing it forward. Look at the players who've got in the attack. Yaramadi in behind. I thought he was offside. He wasn't. That one would have counted. Now we've got the small matter of a corner to try and convert. We've got 4 men at the near post competing for it. It's cleared away. Mortazavi is going to mop up the pieces. Maybe look to get it into the middle. Oh my word, Wellington Paulo almost scored. The Brazilian shoots from range. It's been parried wide. Azizi over the corner. Gonna whip it in. Garibi trying to compete. Musavi's gonna keep it alive. The 2 centre-backs, Tweedledee and Tweedledummer, in the box are trying to make something happen. What are we doing? We're going backwards. The highlight ends. I'm frustrated, but we've got another chance. We're creating a lot. All of them are set pieces, though, which is a bit annoying because I feel like from open play we're maybe better. Mark, back to goal, goes all the way back to Wellington Paulo. Garibi, the centre-back. Look at him, putting a ball of quality. Show me something magical. Where's he going? He doesn't know. I don't know. No one knows. He's Mr. Unpredictable. Abassi in the middle, dinks it. That's a ball. Mortazavi in behind. Has got that nowhere near the target. Right, let's make some changes here. Mortazavi's miss there has convinced me that I should sub him off. He's not had the best of games either. Yaramadi's looked, well, not exactly great up front in this game. I'm going to play Hani as an advanced forward. I realised for a moment there we were playing with a false 9 still, but with Soltani alongside, I think it actually would have worked better. Wasn't intended, I'll admit that. In terms of the rest of the team, I don't feel like we're playing that badly. I could bring in Eslami. He came for our youth intake last year, and I've been trying to give him the odd appearance here and there. He's not had his moment of magic yet. That moment where we stand up and think, this man could be the next great player of Esteghlal Football Club. You know what? I'm bringing him on the left-hand side. I want to see something magical from him. Do you remember when Makeda scored for Manchester United? Manchester United fans thought he was going to be the best player ever. I just want Eslami to do that here. You know, it doesn't matter if he doesn't do anything after this moment. Just score and make all the Esteghlal fans think you're the next great academy prospect. Abassi's got a free kick here. I always look out for the short pass option. There isn't really one on. He's going to shoot it. It hits the crossbar and nestles on the roof of the net. In fact, it was saved. That somehow makes it worse. There's 22 minutes left here. We're knocking on the door. Let us in, I say. Open the door. They've just shut the door in our face. Hani is going to collect it. I feel like this is one of those pointless highlights that really rattles me. Why are we going back to the goalie? Why have you shown me that, Football Manager? I mean, at least in the second half, we've shown more signs of life. We've actually created quite a lot. I feel like we've been mega unlucky. Look at the XG. 8 shots on target to there too. Sadly, all the shots on target have amounted to, well, a big fat goose egg in the goals scored column. But maybe that can change. Or maybe things are about to get worse. We give away the ball here. They're going to dink it forward. Garibi heads it okayly. That was the 9 heading on full display there. He got it to Mark. I can't complain. Musavi back to Mark. 18 minutes left. Eventually, I'm going to have to go from positive to attacking. But we've got a chance here. Soltani bringing it forward. And the keeper denies him. I thought he'd scored. I thought he scored. I feel like personnel-wise, I've kind of done the personnel changes I can do. I'm going to go to attacking. I could bring in Al-Asaf, I suppose. You know what, Soltani, you had that chance, you blew it. Let's bring in Al-Asaf and see what he can do. I feel like this match here actually kind of encapsulates some of the frustrations I've had this year. Yes, there's been games where we've been outclassed, but there's been plenty of games like this where maybe a moment of madness at the back, just a lapse in concentration at the back has cost us. I think rescuing a point here is probably deserved, but, you know, you can be deserved stuff statistically. You've still got to actually convert a chance when it comes your way, and I thought for a moment we were going to have a chance to convert. We've given up the ball, and now they're looking to hit us on the break. Of course, we're now playing on attacking. We're leaving ourselves open. That is a risk we accept. Musavi and Garibi. That there sums it up. That there sums up this season. I'm fuming. I called them Tweedledum and Tweedledummer earlier. I stand by that statement. What are you doing between you? What are you doing between you? They're so bad. I mean, part of me wants to get excited, you know, there's 2 minutes left. If we score here, maybe we've got a chance. Like, how are we losing this game 2-0? Like, this has been a common occurrence this year. We play great from open play, and then our 2 centre-backs just sabotage our work. Granted, in this game, we've not actually scored a goal for the 3rd game in a row, but it's not like we've not created anything either, and I think that's what kind of compounds what has been a really frustrating season this year, because we're in a great spot. But I'll be honest, I feel like we could be in a even better spot. Our centre-backs have gone walkies. They've scored another. They don't deserve it. Get me out of this game. You know what? I'm just leaving. My skin has this button here to just leave games. Get me out of the game. I don't want to see any more. My assistant can do the team talk. We've lost 3-0. We don't deserve it. We're sat down in 7th, 6 points off the Champions League spots. And our next game's against the team who are top. We've only lost 2 games all year. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to that one. Also, the chair that I'm sat in is broken and it keeps sinking down. I'm not in a lift. If you notice during the videos, the chair's broken too. Yaramadi's goalless. The team is goalless in Free Football Manager. I get it. Right, you know what? 6 days' time, Zob Ahan. This is the most Football Manager thing ever. We're going to win this next game. That's how this game works. Don't go anywhere. You know, earlier when I listed all the plans for the season, if things kind of end, well, anticlimactically, there's one other option that I've not quite talked about yet. What if we got a takeover? What if a tycoon came in? Then I would stay around, and that would probably be the dream scenario. There is rumours of a takeover. I'm bored of them at this point. When there's a transfer embargo, then I will get excited about maybe a takeover happening. Anyway, it's been a week since the last match. The transfer window's open. I've not done anything in it. Although that doesn't mean there isn't news. Mark's injured. He's sick. I've sent him home. I didn't want him infecting the team and starting a pandemic. And Paul, who I didn't mention in the previous game, he was missing out on the left-hand side because he was injured. You can see here, fitness test done for the captain. Apparently he can play. I'm not going to risk starting him. Azizi played the last game, and whilst he's definitely more of a winger than he is an inside forward, needs must in days like today. Oh, and I think to solve the fullback area, Mokhtari, who was suspended for the last game but can play right back, will move over. And you know what? Wellington Paulo. 2 starts in a row for him. This one now against the team who are top is perhaps a little bit of a test for him. I mean, this game is kind of a free hit. This season, obviously, live commentaries haven't gone to plan. And we often have this discussion in videos, but I hope it's kind of obvious. But the games I've been doing in live commentaries this year are kind of the tougher, bigger games that will determine our season. In terms of raw quality we have in this team, as shown by the season predictions on the season preview screen, I think we actually have the quality of a mid-table team here in Iran. But in the live commentaries, I want to test ourselves. I want to see us play against the big dogs and try and cause upsets. Granted, for the last 3 live commentating matches in a row, it's not worked out, but maybe today, away against the team who are top, maybe today it's going to be different. Or maybe, just maybe, the rot is going to continue. I feel like we've had these patches where we win a couple of games and I'm happy, and then we lose a few games and I'm sad. And sadly, the losses have come in live commentaries. And I will point out, and I kind of hope it's clear, when I am getting annoyed at the game and the team, it is a little bit of theatre. Like, this does not determine my mood for the day completely. Please don't ask my wife. She can tell when I've had a bad day in Football Manager. I do get grumpy. It might be a game. It's still real to me, damn it. I want to do well. I don't want to see Zob Ahan beating us. And yeah, I'm getting a sinking feeling. Hashemi, he's quick, isn't he? I mean, it looked like a good tackle, but clearly it wasn't. Musavi, I hate my centre-backs. Get rid of them all. I don't even want to watch the penalty. We could save it, please. We've not saved it. It's 1-0 Zob Ahan after 7 minutes. Abbasi steps up. Keeper goes the right way. Doesn't get near it. It is confusing that they've got a centre mid called Abbasi and I've got a centre mid called Abbasi. What would be really confusing is, well, if they were both playing as advanced playmakers. I realise that the way we're set up, they're actually marking each other. Do you reckon it's confusing for everyone? What name do they shout when they're calling for the ball? Who knows? Azizi. Let's make something happen here. Wellington Paulo. Mokhtari. Can't get his header on it, but Garibi's going to keep it alive. Abbasi, Mortazavi, Nyamsi. I'll tell you what, the centre defensive nearly scored a wonder goal there. Abbasi, free kick, whips it in. Can we get a header? We can't, but we're going to get the second ball. Azizi, you can cross, my friend. You're good at that thing. Mokhtari, give it back to Azizi. There's 3 players in the box. Can he find one of them? Wellington Paulo, the left back, charging forward, goes down in a heap. That's never a pen, but theirs wasn't a pen either. Oh, Wellington Paulo, please don't be injured. I don't have another left back, I don't think, to bring on. Now all eyes are on Sultani. We've not scored in 3 games. Can we score today? Please. The fact I'm begging the game is really a sad state of affairs. We've scored. It's 1-1. Sultani steps up, puts the ball in the bottom corner. Keeper went the wrong way. We've got 1 goal. We've got momentum. Can we show killer instinct now? Hani, as that false line dropping deep, dancing around the defenders, and had he scored that, it would have been something special. Their defensive mids on a booking, their left mids on a booking. They're struggling here. Look at the chances. I mean, to be fair, both teams' XGs are inflated by a penalty, but we've had more shots on target than them. I don't know why I said that. They've now got a free kick. I think Football Manager can hear me. This feels dangerous, doesn't it? And Bassi steps up. There's a couple of men not marked if he wants to go short, but he's going to go through the wall. I played a lot of Football Manager. I've not seen a free kick like that going before. What just happened? It went waist height, not into the bottom corner. The keeper's not even moved. I don't even know what's happened there. I'm speechless. 2 shots on target for them, 2 goals, 2 set pieces. Granted, obviously, we scored a penalty of our own as well. What was that, lads? What was that? Of course, we are away from home against the team who are top and have only lost 2 games all year. This, in the grand scheme of things, is actually quite a good performance. I know it doesn't feel like it. I'm not displeased entirely. Right, it's time for some personnel changes. Hani's picked up a knock anyway. I'm going to bring in Gorbanpour up front. That is my plan. Alipour, I'm going to bring in as well for Mortazavi. Azizi, I'm going to switch to a winger. We're going to try and play to his strengths, perhaps, a little bit more. Stick him on attack as well, because we need to try and make something happen in the time remaining here. I just look at the rest of the team and I feel so uninspired with the players I could bring on. I mean, Asaf is an option for us. We'll bring him in. I think I'm going to take off Abassi in this game here. He's not had the best of games, really. And Yaramadi's on the bench. I'm not bringing him on yet. I'm not that desperate. Okay, look. There's 24 minutes left. We're playing top of the league. It's only 2-1. We are still very much in this game. Defensively, from open play, we've been fine thus far. And we are maybe going to be tested here as Hashemi cuts inside. But we're not disgracing ourselves. Let's show a bit of fight. What is Musavi doing? Musavi gave away the penalty. And did he fail a tackle there? I'm not even sure what happened. It looked a bit glitchy, to be honest, in 3D. What happened here, Musavi? What happened? No, I mean, he's put a foot on it and then not actually cleared it. In real life, I hate it when managers sub their centre-backs off. Musavi's coming off in this game here. I've had enough. Yeah, we're bringing in Ahmadi at centre-back. I hate my defence. We actually have a higher XG than them in this game. 3 goals from 3 shots on target. At what point do we start questioning, is Amala a fraud? This guy's on a 6.54 rating for the season. Like, by all accounts, he should be a great goalie. I guess it's just the 6 one-on-ones. And with our slow defence, maybe we give up one-on-ones? Oh, they don't deserve another. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Football Manager, stop it. Our season is over. I don't think we have a chance of Champions League football. I will do one of the few matches at the end of the year, probably just to try and get a win on camera. I think we play the team who are bottom in the penultimate game of the season. Can you tell I've had a head loss here? I'm planning what I'm going to do next episode with 2 minutes left of this game here. But there's no way we're getting 2 goals, is there? I mean, maybe there is. Maybe there is. You know what? Let's turn the frown upside down. Niamsi. Get the ball forward, my friend. Al-Asaf. Lay it wide. Azizi. Options in the middle. Goes on his own. We've got 1. We need another. Right. You know what? We will be doing the penultimate game of the season against the team at bottom. But right now, I'm going to focus on throwing men forward and hoping for a miracle. Azizi, who just scored, is absolutely exhausted. I'm going to take him off and bring in Yaramadi, just because I think fresh legs is going to be vital at this point. In transition, distribute it to flanks. Take long kicks, move the line up, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, and we're already on attacking. You know what? Very attacking. I feel like very attacking doesn't work, but I'm going for it. Now, we could end up just conceding here, and it'll be sad. We've got 3 minutes to try and make something happen. Nothing's happened. We've lost 3-2, and that's a really good performance away from home against the team who are top. It just doesn't really feel like it. If you were wondering, their man Abassi, who got 2 goals for them here, very, very good deep line playmaker, has to be said. He's on £27,000 a week. He's literally on my wage budget. In fact, his wages are more than my wage budget. This league is just not fair. I'm proud of your efforts. We tried. We did not try hard enough. What's happened elsewhere? I mean, we're only 6 points still off the Champions League, technically. But it is kind of slipping away. That is now 4 defeats in a row. Our next game is against the team in 5th. Beyond that, 8th place, 11th place, 13th place, 15th place, 14th, 12th. That one's difficult. 16th, 9th. I might be wrong here. I think I've only got 3 more games against teams in the top half. And one of them is against the team in 8th. Maybe we're not out of it yet. Or maybe I'm just kidding myself. I'm not really sure. You know what? We're going to come back tomorrow and end the season. How many games will we be playing depends entirely on what's going on. We'll see what happens. There's a board takeover as well. Who knows what's going to happen here at Esteghlal? I hope you're enjoying the struggles. I hope you're enjoying this adventure. Despite the frustrations that I'm showing, I'm actually really enjoying this save game secretly. It's fun to have a challenge and something that's not quite going, well, entirely to plan. Even if it does feel like there's not really an alternative plan I can execute given the club situation. It's a nice change of pace. If you have enjoyed things, go down below, leave a like. We're back next time for more action here from Iran. Take things easy. I'll catch you on the next one. It is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you in a bit. I'm out.